Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. Jeff Lewis Extended, all the things. I am definitely excited to chat Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with y'all. Not necessarily because it was so good, but well, was it so good? I don't know. We'll chat about it. And we're also going to chat a little bit of TLC's Smothered. If you are not watching this show, I don't know if I should warn you to not get started on it or tell you to go and watch season 1, maybe. I think this is now season 5, which is kind of weird because not kind of weird. It is some new people. It is some original people that look completely different. There's a couple, they don't show most of them are mother-daughter combinations, but this season they introduce us to this couple that's a son-in-law and mother-in-law duo that might be fake. I don't even know. Somebody the other day was saying that they've been on all these reality shows. They're all over social media. Maybe they're kind of like pulling the wool over our eyes. I don't even know. It's fascinating to say the least. I definitely have some of my favorites. And then, of course, we'll get into today's Jeff Lewis with Aaron Leachy and Joey Zalzig. And then the extended show where I think Jeff is pretty much staying on all of it. I have not been able to finish it. I did just record my Sunday podcast, Sarah from Texas, with the Sarah Fraser show. I love her. We were obsessed with the 1,000-Pound Sisters season finale. So check that out. She also gave me some insider information that I did not know. So stay tuned for that on Sunday, everywhere you get your podcast under Sarah from Texas. So I'm not finished with extended, but I will finish that in a little bit. Usually I try to finish, but when you're doing a podcast with a guest that's in California, so 2 hours different from me, you've got to just plan when you can and do it. So shout out everyone. Oh, Melanie says they are fake. I did a deep dive. Yeah. I think you let me know that on the, either the Vintage Juicy Scoop Facebook group or the Sarah from Texas Facebook group. Thank you so much, y'all. Please hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, all the things. Oh, goodness. Ooh, Chris Courtney might be going to London in April. How fun. Okay, Beverly Hills season 13, episode 15. It starts off Sutton. I think she's just now letting all the emotions out from her divorce, from losing her dad's ashes over all the moving, with this trip in Spain when she wanted to spread the ashes of her good friend Merce. So all I know is, she married a guy named Christian. He asked her not to work. So she was a full-time wife and mom for all or most of their marriage. And they have 3 kids, older, college age-ish. And she apparently got a really good divorce settlement because word on the street, and she didn't necessarily deny this, I think the last time she was on Jeff Lewis Live, maybe $300 and something thousand a month. But the key to this is she and her husband, started this business, or somehow he agreed or she supported it from the get-go. So it wasn't like he had this money before the marriage and all that. So I don't know why things are different for Shannon Beador and her ex David Beador, but it does not sound like she got that good of a settlement at all. But she's very angry. She's very sad about it. I think this is the second time she has said or maybe that was the preview. I hate watching previews. I get it mixed up. But basically, he traveled all the time. So she was pretty much a single mom with the 3 kids. And he called her up. I think they met when they were like 14. So I don't know how long they dated. I don't think they got married till she was in her late 20s. But maybe they knew each other, family, friends, dated. I don't really know. I need to deep dive that, which I probably won't. But he basically called her up and says, you're going to need an attorney. You're about to be served with divorce papers. So I don't know. She doesn't go into how much she knew, how much she suspected that they were going to divorce, but it definitely, all the emotions hits her. And they have this let go ceremony where every one of the housewives, puts this like a lei, like a floral lei into the ocean. I couldn't stop looking at the fact that it was really up high. There was no barricade at all. I was like, what if somebody trips? What if someone falls? I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I was totally watching that. I was like, don't get too close. I was just making me nervous of all that. But then they start talking, I think in the car ride, this fancy, Mercedes type Sprinter type van that they have in Spain everywhere. And Erica Jane says, which she obviously has experience with this, it's okay to trust your husband until it's not okay to trust your husband. So they were basically talking about, who paid the bills. Kyle Richards goes into more about, now she even used the words, she wasn't so sure if their marriage was going to succeed or something like that. Whereas I felt like in the beginning of the season, she was like, we're going to be fine. Everything's good. We're just, every marriage has its issues. We're just dealing with that now. Now it seems like it's way worse than she's letting on. And she definitely doesn't feel comfortable with her castmates to confide in them. Even Dorit. I thought it was so sad when Dorit, they show them in the car like a week or 2 weeks ago. And Dorit's like, hey, tell me about all these upcoming TV shows, all these projects you have going on. She's like, I feel like I don't know anything about you. And Kyle's like, oh, yeah, I forget to tell people. And Dorit's like, no, maybe I feel like an afterthought. Like I feel like a not close friend to you. So that really, that hurt me because they had gotten so close, the couples. And obviously, I talked about this recently, but, Dorit and PK are going through some marital issues. So it feels like, if anything, this would be a time that Dorit and Kyle would become even closer friends, just, trauma bonding of sorts. But, they're going through something similar. Doesn't sound like Mauricio and PK are that close of friends anymore. So I don't know. But basically, they were talking about the financial part of it. And I know there's a lot of situations where even Tom Sandoval and Ariana are kind of talking about this, what we talked about on the other day with the BPR after show, that, some people aren't both included in the bills or the day-to-day goings on of people's financial situations. And I'm always like, look, people can pass away at any moment. Divorce can happen, it seems like, at any moment. Both parties need to know what's going on. They need to know the logins, or at least know where to get the logins. Where is our money at? Where is our debt at? What does our financial life look like? So I don't know. Uh, Sutton clearly says she wasn't involved in all that, but we know based on what she said about the divorce settlement, she either got a good attorney or she got her shit together very quickly to get a divorce attorney. Anyways, but let me know what you think about that. This happens no matter how much money you have. One or both partners, usually one partner, takes the lead in the financial decisions, paying the bills. And I also think sometimes in a marriage, there's a spender and a saver, right? So I feel like one person is more into the finances for that too. Other than that, I kind of agree with what a lot of people are saying. Beverly Hills is just kind of, there's no huge storylines. I almost feel like people are holding back. Um, even Crystal, like the Anne Marie storyline, is she going to come back? Will she be invited back? I don't even know. Do we even think Kyle will choose to come back next season? I mean, I can't imagine she needs the money or the fame at this point, or the intrusion in her personal life. So I almost wonder if she's confiding more in her close actual friends than the cast, because she realizes, like, these aren't my close friends. So why would I tell them all about my marriage when they're not even my close friends? I want to see from a housewife show that they are confiding, that they are their close friends. You know what I mean? Is that too much to ask? I don't know. I don't know. Tiffany Chump says, I'm the spender in the relationship. I love that. There's got to be one of us, right? Mayboo says, I'm the saver. I mean, I've just always been a saver. Don't get me wrong. I can actually spend some money, but my dad just taught me financial responsibility from an early age, and he lived it. My parents lived it, and it was just something that was important, and it's very important to me. So I don't know. Ooh, Carrie, don't get me excited with the name Kathy Hilton. Kathy Hilton may be joining next year as a friend. She's on the reunion. Yeah. And she's showing a lot of videos. Obviously, I follow Kathy Hilton. She follows me, amazingly enough. But she posts a lot of pictures and videos with her sisters, Kim and Kyle now. So I would definitely love a good season of all of them on together and showing more of all their personal life, but especially as sisters, right? Because for too long, it seemed like Kyle and Kim were at odds together. Then Kim went off and maybe was having her own personal issues. We don't really know. And then Kathy and Kyle were on. They were having their own sister issues. So I want them to come back, maybe one last hurrah, and have them all three be on. Let me know what you think. Ooh, Nick James. This is an unpopular opinion. They need a reboot with some non-celebrity wives on the show that are dripping in money. I definitely want to see dripping in money for sure. I mean, that's to me, I guess I want to see aspirational. I don't mind when they have little kids. I do think it is different when you have little kids though. I don't know. I think maybe because I'm 50, maybe because I want to see people with like older kids, maybe even older than me with kids or had kids younger than me, and their kids are either away in college or married and what have you. Um, I just don't relate as much to the moms with all the little kids. So I don't see that as the housewives that I want to see. I guess because I started off with Vicky Gunvalson and she had like the teenagers at the time who I cannot believe are now grown ass freaking adults. I mean, her daughter Brianna, I think they have 4 kids now. Like Michael's like, oh, what did she say he was the other day? 32 or 36 years old. Like he's also an insurance agent with her. I'm just dying. Oh, Tiffany Chomp, you're speaking my language. We need more hunky dory. I mean, the way I love Kathy Hilton, I can't. Wait, Darla, why? Unless I'm going to work, I don't even like leaving my house. Does that mean I don't know what you mean? I think that's a side effect, if you will, of COVID. I think we all got used to being in our houses more. That's why people were more than ever buying a bigger house or a house with a lawn or a pool, things to do to entertain each other at home, right? So I don't know. Plumeria says you don't cross Kathy Hilton. I have heard that she's way more of the brains behind it than she seems. Like I remember probably years ago, now she's been on Watch What Happens Live several times with her daughter Paris. But like they were doing some game where you like pulled things out of her purse, because she always says she carries like everything in her purse. Like if you need a drink, if you need a snack, if you need a Band-Aid, I mean, she's got everything in her purse. And I guess she didn't understand the game. I don't know. I was fascinated. I was just like, wow, like I am fascinated by Kathy Hilton, to say the least, for sure. Ooh, I love this, Sarah. We need Kristen Takeman on Beverly Hills. Can you imagine? I think Dorit will think Dorit will be competitive with her. Ooh, and bring back Denise. Where did I recently hear? Was this on a Jeff Lewis? Somebody said, who said this? Maybe somebody recently said, maybe on a podcast, somebody remind me that Kristen, she might have been getting some competition or a little bit of negative vibe from Kelly Ben-Simone because they were, models back in the day together. So, I think a lot of models, actors, you go up against the same people. So maybe maybe they had that kind of going on. Where did we hear that? I can't remember that. Very interesting. Oh, Dorit needs to be on pause. Yeah, that wouldn't make me sad. I Unless, well, I don't know. She's showing a lot about her and PK's marriage. I don't know. Okay, Smothered. My crazy obsession. This TV show is on TLC. It's season 5 now. It starts off, some of the women that started off season 1, women and their daughters, a lot of them seem to be either single moms or one child. maybe they were divorced, but definitely no dad in the picture and maybe one kid. So it kind of made sense to me, this obsession, like sleeping in bed together, sharing underwear together, taking baths together, showers, wearing the same clothes, being absolutely obsessive about living together or, having a house next to each other, being jealous of the spouse or a boyfriend. So some of the people have either not been invited or haven't come back to another season. We never hear the reason why, but some of them are. So one of them is this couple. I see it's a couple. It's not really a couple. Uh, that's been on since the beginning. They're in Chicago. I could tell they have money. Christina is 38 years old and she has a mom named Kathy that's 65. Now I realize I knew she had a sister named Carly because in the very beginning of the season one, this Carly would always be jealous of the time that Christina and Kathy spend together. Kathy, the mom, would be jealous of Christina spending time with her husband. And they would have conflict. So now I recently dug into it. Kathy is a multimillionaire, so that makes sense. She was married to a man that was an attorney. So she has this house that's amazing. And just right down the street, Christina, her daughter, and husband and their kids live together. And I think they feel like they could live next door to each other and it wouldn't even be close enough. But I'm just surprised. I don't know if it makes me sad that they have other siblings that this might be causing like a rivalry with or just this competition. I think sometimes siblings, one can be closer to a mom or dad at different times of their life. That kind of seems normal. These are crazy to the extent, I mean, of like all out fights if they don't tell them something, or if one is going to propose and they don't tell us that they got proposed to. I mean, just craziness. Like they definitely put the mother-daughter relationship over everything in life. So that one was crazy. But this Kathy is turning 65 years old. It's a common thing in her family that the women have all passed away in their late 60s, like 67. There's some magical age. So, they feel like the time is ticking. So they come up with this party to have like a living funeral, basically. I didn't mind it at all. I mean, if y'all know me, you know that my mom was sick with cancer. So we knew, uh, her hospice was letting us know when things were getting, towards the end, and I chose in like 4 days, had the idea to plan uh, a party with her, a celebration of life, and I don't regret that one bit. It was beautiful. It was so good to have my mom see her family and friends and celebrate her when she felt good, and to have a fun, memorable night. I ended up making a digital scrapbook of it all, and I don't regret that one bit. So this is a little bit different because they end up having a birthday party, but she asked her daughter Christina to read a eulogy about her. And I actually thought that was beautiful. I think sometimes Christina even says, my dad passed away and I didn't get to tell him everything I wanted to tell him. So now I get to tell my mom how much she means to me. So I actually thought that was really beautiful. That was probably the most normal. I mean, is it normal to have a birthday party at a funeral home? Like literally it was at the funeral home. They literally had a red glittery casket and like legs popping out of it because she claims that her legs are her biggest feature, her best feature. I mean, there's nothing normal about them. They're very over the top. They definitely have money. They love planning parties. They're very close, but it does make me sad that she has another daughter and another son that I just wonder how awkward that makes them feel. This other couple, mother and daughter, is Sky. She's 45. Her daughter is 19, named Skylar. It got a little bit nasty towards the end, though. So the immediate family, they go visit them in like Mississippi or somewhere, and the aunts, the grandmothers, the cousins are all basically saying, this is kind of gross. Like it's kind of crossed the line. You're basically living your life through these like music videos and wanting to be like the next Beyonce through your daughter, Skylar. And at the end, they get into this big fight because Skylar tells her mom, you need to start letting me live my life and stop trying to live your life through me. And the mom is just devastated, which is understandable, but I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of glad that at 19 she figured that out and that, it's maybe a little bit too close. They look like sisters. A lot of these look like sisters. So this other one, Catherine, is 56 years old. She has 2 younger girls that definitely, I was saying this the other day, they act like the stepsisters of the family. Gabriella is 23 years old, but Gabriella also is on the cusp, I think next episode, of telling her mom, look, I want to actually move away from the family home into New York City, become my own person, maybe modeling, maybe be in the New York Fashion Week. So I don't know where this show is going, but if you're not watching it, take a peek. I mean, for shits and giggles, if nothing else, it's pretty fun. What else did I watch last night? I feel like I crammed some. Oh, another House Hunters International. I love that show. Love that show. Rebecca says, I've tried watching Smothered a few times, but these mothers are too much. I definitely don't smother my kids. I love that they have their own lives. Yeah. Rebecca, how old are your kids? Because I do think that is, Dr. Phil always said, I'm not raising kids, I'm raising adults. And that really resonated with me from the time my kids were little. I am there for my kids, but I definitely want to teach them skills, like how to handle issues on their own. If you do everything, there's too many people I know that do everything for their kids, and then they grow up and they're like, they don't know how to take care of life, right? So, wait, what? Oh my God, this would be the most Catherine thing ever. Melanie says people who went to high school with Catherine are saying she's actually 60 instead of 56. Okay, Melanie, that tracks. I mean, she looks amazing. They have a different shape of face. The daughter Gabriella has more of a boxy face, but they are beautiful. They've got this brown curly hair. They are all like a size 0. I mean, they're beautiful people. I mean, they do these celery baths. I don't know. Should I be drinking celery every morning? I mean, I just put celery in a chicken and dumplings, but I don't think I'm eating enough celery. Oh, Kathy, my dad died suddenly and I didn't get to say goodbye either. Before he passed, my he saved my brother who had a stroke and he died 2 months later and our hearts broke. Say love your loved ones. Yes, say I love you. And don't just say it. Show it. You know what I mean? Show people that you love them. 22 and 24. Yeah. Yes, Crystal. Gabriella looks like a young Teresa Giudice. You're not wrong. I don't know if they tan, but the couple I was talking about, Christina and Kathy, it now comes out after all these seasons. I didn't know if it was a spray tan or what. They go to the tanning bed together every day at like 8 a.m. Christina's got 2 or 3 young kids. Now, I guess when they go to school, but I'm like, she also helps out her husband at their business, this Pizza Boy restaurant. I mean, it's a lot. I'm just like, they are so tan. So crazy, so crazy. Wait, some people here may not know who Dr. Phil is. Nancy. Okay, tell me in comments if you don't know who Dr. Phil is. Dr. Phil was a psychiatrist. He did something with, he was involved in an Oprah Winfrey lawsuit that she had where the beef industry came at her. I'm a huge Oprah Winfrey fan from day one. And, he was involved in, like, they hire these people to consult and pick jurors. So he was a jury consultant, but she saw something in him and he obviously came on Oprah Winfrey. Now he's had a show for forever. He's a freaking empire. He's got grown boys now. They've got their own families. Robin's his wife. Dr. Phil, it's amazing. I mean, he introduced us to Catch Me Outside Girl, right? Which didn't MJ just make a video about that, talking about what Jeff is talking about with her? She said, I'm in LA right now, or I'm in New York right now, but when I get back, catch me outside. And I was like, oh, what's that girl's name? She was like 13 or 14 on the Dr. Phil show. and had an attitude about her mom and pretty much said that. Now she's like famous, like a millionaire. Crazy. Oh my God, Louise. Of course I saw Chaz Dean's new puppies, River with a Y and Rain with a Y. His 10-week-old puppies. Yes. He always goes Instagram live or TikTok live. So make sure you're following Chaz Dean. He's really loves his puppies. Bad Baby. That's right. That's her name. And she spells it like that, Melanie. BHAD. She's got shit tons of money. I think she's about to be a mom. Maybe she already became a mom. Oh, I love that. Melanie, come on now. If you don't know who Dr. Phil is, you've been living in a jungle with no TV. I mean, who doesn't know Dr. Phil? Especially us, if we watch reality TV and Jeff Lewis. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get into today's show. Erin Leachy, the first time. So she is in New York. I follow her on Instagram. She has been posting and having dinner with a smorgasbord of housewives. I mean, Cynthia Bailey, who now lives in LA sometimes, Crystal Minkoff, why can I never, it's freaking Terry Dubrow, whatever her name is, Heather Dubrow, good Lord. Who else? Lots of people. Anyways, so she's in LA. So she was on the Jeff Lewis live show with Joey Zalzig. She absolutely says there's all these rumors about the legacy mix is not true. But she stops just shy of telling us there's another episode or another season coming on that she can't announce anything. She doesn't know when, but if they were to record again, to film again, she thinks it would make sense that they would want to film in the spring, which would be in the next few weeks, month, what have you, because last time they started in the fall and there was like Thanksgiving break and then Christmas break. So, all these girls, none of them, I don't think, were like besties. None of them were like, oh, Ramona and Sonia, like, oh, our kids went to pre-K together. We've known each other since they were 2, or, we at least knew of each other in the neighborhood. All of these were new friends. So when they're recording or filming together and then they have to stop for 2 or 3 weeks, just kind of the mojo is lost, right? So, I did not know that Brynn had beef. Oh my God. Jeff has made everyone mad. At Bravo, he made Monica from Salt Lake City mad. He made Crystal Minkoff mad. Feel like there was somebody else. So it sounds like Crystal Minkoff is now okay. She is going to be on in a few weeks with Cynthia Bailey. So now they're all good. Basically, whenever she told Jeff to, what'd she tell him? Something like, take the dick out of your mouth or something. And he actually, that like turned him on. He was like, oh, now I really like you. I didn't think I liked you, but now you came back at me. I really like you. But I didn't know he had made Brynn mad. Basically, he says, look, I questioned her career. And I guess we all saw the rumors, whatever ended up being true, I don't know, that she was kicked out from her apartment in Brooklyn or somewhere because she couldn't afford it. I don't know what all that stuff is. It's very expensive, but we know now, at least with Salt Lake City, that some of these people, maybe Salt Lake City's the first ones that came out with it more, but that people will rent a house to look more rich and fabulous than they actually are, to be on these shows. So Jeff was just saying, what does Brynn do? What is her career? Is she looking for a sugar daddy? I don't know. I still want her to get back with that guy. The guy that's so cute. What's his name? So cute. He looks like he has money. They've been engaged once or 2 or 3 times. She's been engaged a few times. She wants to have kids. Oh, I just want her to get married and have babies. Met her at BravoCon. She's beautiful. So cute and real. I mean, she was chatting. So we had this, what do you call it? Bravo Palooza, these tickets things where you get this like hour and a half. There's like past appetizers, there's cocktails. You weren't told who you were going to get. You didn't get to pick who you were going to be in there. So the one that we had, I think I only bought one. They were so expensive. But it was mostly all the new Rhony girls. So Aaron, Abe was there. I took a picture with Abe. he was actually like, "Wait, I see your TikToks. I know you're Jeff Lewis obsessed," which I was at the time. Now I'm Sarah from Texas. But anyway, so we met, Brynn was just talking with old people, with other fans, like she was just old friends. It was really, really cool. All of them were so cool. Uba, like posing with people like she was just their besties. It was a really cute whatever. But I didn't know that she won't come on Jeff Lewis Live. I'm like, come on, especially since we have seen that Joey is friendly with her because they're, I don't want to say they're both influencers, but whatever Brynn's job is, she definitely knows the social media game. And clearly Joey is an influencer for a career. So I think Brynn and Joey should come on together. I think that would be great. Um, she does admit, Aaron, though, she is going to have dinner with her producers tonight. She says there's something about the post-production people. I don't know. I mean, I thought she was going out to LA and I think she is to promote this mezcal. Is that what it's called? This alcohol drink. I don't know if that's tequila, if it's a raw tequila. I'm not even sure what it is, but she and Abe are definitely in business with maybe some other people selling this mezcal. So I think that's probably what she was out in LA to do. I'm missing all your comments. Sorry. Sarah says, Brynn is so smart. She leads with her sexuality, but she's a super brain. I love that. And she is so freaking beautiful. Um, so beautiful. Sarah says, I want to hear all about Jeff Lewis Live today. What's in the Mercedes thing? They touched on it a few times, but we still don't. I guess when Mercedes comes back or when she's on the show again, maybe she'll talk about that more. I've seen pros and cons. Everybody's like, she can sell whatever she wants. And then other people are like, no, you shouldn't sell anything if you got it for free. We don't even know she got it for free. I have no idea how she got it. All I know is Joey, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. Joey talked about that they got these full-size Wynn products in their Hollywood house lift goodie bags when they left. I went through my bag. I'm like, I just went and looked at my bag and made a video and put it up on my Instagram at Sarah from Texas. I didn't have any Wynn products in there. None. So I don't know what it was. Anyways, but then they talk about Sunset Tower. The first time, well, the first time I went to Sunset Tower, I guess that whole restaurant had been shut down. But it also looked different, probably because all the tables were taken out, right? It was a huge party, the Hollywood House of Season 2 premiere party. But the next time was this last time, I was in January in LA, and after we went to dinner at, the Ivy, my friend wanted to meet an old friend of hers, and he suggested Sunset Tower. So we went there. It is a very dark place. It was a Friday night that we were there. I mean, it was such good people watching. My back was so we were kinda near the hostess stand, if that makes sense, uh, where you kinda had to go to the bar. Well, you definitely had to go. We didn't have a waiter. You had to go to the bar to get a drink. So my friend and I went and got drinks for the table, and then we're just hanging out talking, but my back was to all the people coming out, but it was the best people watching ever. I mean, just friends, girls out, guys out, dates out. It was really some good people watching. But definitely a dark place. So when Joey talks about, oh, you can just text your waiter, these people have all the connections. I don't have a waiter that I'm ever texting. I don't go to a restaurant enough where the waiter, I'm not that rich, where people know who you are. And I text the waiter and say, oh, can you get my table ready and unscrew the light bulb so it's dark in there? Like, if I get why go out to dinner if you don't want to be seen? I guess you could just order in. I don't know. Is that a thing in LA? I don't even know. Um, Candace says, last night on Instagram, you're talking about Mercedes, posted saying that she heard some crap and she's receiving messages and she will address it when she gets back to New York City. Obviously, Chaz wasn't thrilled from what Jeff said today. Yeah. Oh, it all sold out? Her Poshmarks, I think they did say that on the show, but I didn't look at it today. I would love I love that. Kathy says, I would love to text and have my martini ready. I mean, it sounds fancy, right? I just don't understand why you would want it so dark. Like as a girl, if I took the time to get dressed up, put hair and put makeup on, put some high heels on, put a cute outfit on, I don't know. I don't want it dark unless I need to look 10, 20 years younger, I guess. I don't know. Don't know. Um, I'm excited for Crystal Minkoff. I definitely want to see her and Jeff go toe to toe. I sort of hope Jeff says, look, you're kind of boring. Like, I don't know. I kind of want her to come back at him. Like, I feel like she plays it a little safe on Beverly Hills. So who knows? Um, okay. I have met Oscar's best friend, Andy. She did have sunglasses on. It didn't even throw me. Like, I guess I just thought it was an LA thing. I'm pretty sure. Let me think. Was she the only one that night that had sunglasses on? Probably, but I don't even remember. Like, it's just such a non-event to me to remember if she had sunglasses on. I guess I remember because they talked about it immediately after the Hollywood House party. But I love that she's worried that Oscar is going to be like used because they've now said the location, the time, where to buy tickets. They pretty much invited the public to show up to do this speed dating. And, his best friend Oscar is worried that people are going to like just want the notoriety of dating Oscar the Voice. I mean, that's probably true, right? She probably has something to be concerned about. And the fact that he is bisexual, well, it's only going to be gay men there because that's what the speed dating is. But I mean, anyone can want to date him, male or female, right? So as long as they're well, okay, do you have to be demisexual to date another demisexual? I would think so. So demisexual, which he taught us, is someone that has to have an emotional connection before they can date or have sex. I mean, I thought that was just normal, but maybe not. Um, but I would think only demisexuals would date other demisexuals. Because if not, the timing's not going to work out for like how fast the relationship is going to go, right? Um, wait, what? Nick James. I will just say this. If you can get blow up, what's blow up? They should too. And Joey was going to ask for a hair dryer. If you can get blow up, I don't know what that means. Oh, I love that, Kimberly. At my local Mexican restaurant, when they see me walk in, they pour my glass of wine and bring it to the table, and I don't even have to order it. That is so rich, Kim. I love that. I love that. But yeah, if you go somewhere regularly, that's a very nice touch, right? To feel important and to why make you wait? I mean, if they know every time you want this particular glass of wine, you know what I mean? Me either, Mayboo. I love that. Must admit, I hadn't heard of demisexual before Oscar. Right. Um, wait. Okay, Nick James says you'll message me. Okay. What's a blow up? Blow up? Glow up? I don't even know. Okay. Um, the Jeff Lewis extended show was Poll and Patrick. Usually they're on Fridays, but today it was a Thursday. I don't really know why. They again talk about Andy and her sunglasses. I felt like one of them, was it Patrick? I felt like somebody was sort of questioning if Oscar is confused because he's bisexual. I don't know. I don't feel like they understand it, right? Um, I thought being bisexual was a common enough thing that people it's almost well, not anyone, no. Bisexual just means you like males and females, right? I don't know. They sounded like it was very confusing to them. They did talk. Jeff talks about that Poland and Patrick want to give Aaron Leachy an Armenian coffee reading and how accurate they can be. But he said, even if it's negative, this can steer you away from people that you need to. Then they talk about the $999 dresses. That's all the notes I got to write down. I know I got to listen to almost all of it. Let me see. I had to pause it at 36 minutes. So I've almost listened to, most of the show, but I don't remember what else what else they said. Tiffany Chump says, I hope Aaron does a reading. Kathy, I did have that at Starbucks. My drink would be made when I walked in the door, and some customers didn't like it either. Then Starbucks said, "She comes in twice a day. We know." You go to Starbucks twice a day? That's like $11, isn't it? Okay, 11 times 30. Do you even wanna know, Kathy, what you spend on Starbucks? You probably don't even wanna know. You can tell I'm the saver in the relationship, right? I'm cheap. 11 times $30. 330 times 12. You spend almost $4,000 a year on Starbucks. That's it, that's it. Um, what else? What else y'all wanna chat about? We're almost got 4 minutes left. Let's see if I can find some more comments. Yeah. Oh, Sarah says, "I wanna date Oscar and Schwartz." Okay, you've gotta type then because I feel like Oscar and Schwartz are both very emotional, very in touch with their feelings. Um, I don't know as much about Oscar yet because he's only been on the radio a couple of months and clearly doesn't get to tell us about himself a lot. Uh, I just didn't love, y'all know I didn't love, but he was going through divorce. He was going through all the business struggles with Tom Sandoval. Uh, I did not, well, and I don't love that he cheats. I mean, freaking cheats on Tequila Katie like crazy or cheated. But he does seem like a very sweet guy. So I think you have a type for sure. Um, oh, I love this, Melanie. I was buying Win before I knew who Jeff was back in the early 2000s because it blew my mind when he was on Flipping Out as Jeff's real life friend. Oh, I love that. And it was so fun. I've now been there, I think, 3 different times to the LA Chasdeen Salon. I can't tell you how beautiful and relaxing and peaceful and well manicured. Everything looks like it's been remodeled within the last 6 months, if not sooner. They've got, outdoor space, they've got all the different bungalows, everything you've ever seen on Flipping Out when, Jeff and Gage were remodeling Chasdeen is just top notch. It's really beautiful. He keeps it amazing. Everyone there is so nice, like, he must hire the nicest of the nice, the most talented of the talented. All the stations are beautiful. They're so welcoming. The store, a lady named Julie runs it. She's so, so kind. They sell their candles, their hair cleansers, you know, everything, perfumes, everything. So, so sweet. Yeah, Louise says Chaz seems to be a genuinely nice person. Yeah, and I'm excited that he's gonna go to this speed dating because I feel like that's probably the most. I mean, he seems to, if you follow him on Instagram and TikTok, he shows his dogs a lot. He goes live a lot. He'll be doing someone's hair and go live for like 3 hours. He'll talk to people in comments, uh, shows his dogs. He'll go on walks in New York City and show them, but he'll show himself getting massages. I don't really know much about him personally though. So to me, the fact that he's going to go on this speed dating, you know, he knows Jeff will talk about it. So I don't know. I'm excited for that. I don't know what blow up is either. Mayboo says, Candace, I obviously have no idea what blow up is. Me either. Melanie, do you think it was for the show? They were together like 11 years, 12. I think the only reason Schwartz married Katie was because she bullied him into it. Remember how overbearing she was over him? It was uncomfortable to watch. Yeah. And I definitely remember, you know, him giving her that necklace, like the promised ring, and it was like this necklace, and she was like, "Oh my god." You know, but they wanted to have kids, and I think she wanted to be married and have kids, so that whole thing just went awry. Went awry. That's right. Will MJ be at karaoke? I know a lot of people will be. Paytech says Chaz will see MJ at the karaoke at Monica's house this Sunday. I mean, it seems like there's like 25 people going. There's a lot of people going for sure. Um, oh, Melanie says, my son has a friend just like Schwartz. He was scared not to marry his high school girlfriend. She was all he has ever known. Very true. Well, thank you so much for joining live. It is way more fun. Get comfortable in comments. If you were listening as a podcast, please make sure to follow me, give me a 5-star rating. If you're watching on the replay, get comfortable in comments. We love to hear what you think about everything. Please make sure you're subscribing to me everywhere. It's Sarah from Texas. And I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, YouTube Live, 3 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone. Oops. What did I do? Messed up.